Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, and today we have our BAO BAO model J1HG Jesta. Now I got this from a Chinese store, but they say it's BAO BAO model. I'm just not really sure. It could be J1, a totally new brand. But let's go ahead and take a look at that head sculpt. Now that head sculpt looks really neat. This thing has a lot of part separation, and I like the visor. It also comes with a separate visor protector, two versions. And let's go ahead and take a look at that chest. Now that chest unit looks fantastic. The body unit looks really flush, and I like that it's very intimidating. You also have these hands or these arms where you have two separate versions, one on the left side and the right side. The right side has a beam saber, and the left side has more of a ammunition holder. But the thing with the arm units that it feels a little flimsy from the wrist joint, and it has a little soft clutch to it. Now, this is the section that I'm not really a big fan of. This is the waist unit. The waist unit has these little parts on the side skirts, on the front skirts, that they tend to fall off, and it also feels a little flimsy. I just really like the rotation and the movement down the hip area. And you also have the backpack. Now, the backpack has the same problem. It has a little bit of looseness in some parts, and I feel that it is a little plain looking. And we'll talk about the features of that later. Now, one of my favorite sections of this would definitely be the leg unit. A lot of articulation, a lot of movement, but sometimes it also falls apart. So the main issue here is that it's very flimsy, but overall the rotation and the wide range of movement is really fun. There are a lot of part separation as well on this section of the kit. Now, my favorite would be the accessories. The accessories right here, you have two rifles, although they could have added more accessories, kind of like AK model did. But let's go ahead and check out some of the other parts that came along with this. They have an assortment of hands. Now let's go ahead and connect that head unit to the body. Once you connect that, it snugs in, really has no problems, but this is where the issue begins. It feels a little flimsy when you connect the shoulders and the arms, and the wrist area as well is a little bit loose. Although they don't really fall off, it's just a little flimsy. Now, once you have connected the two legs to the waist unit and angled it, it looks really good. There are no really major problems except those little parts falling off from the front skirts. Now, once you connect the top half to the bottom half, it feels a little more secure and it feels a little more solid, but there's still that feeling of flimsiness as you do a little shake test on this thing. Now, let's go ahead and connect the backpack. There are two ports for the backpack, so once you connect that, it snaps in, fits like a glove, and all you have to do now is remove the fists and connect the alternate fists for this, which can hold the rifles. And you have two sets of these rifles, which are really fantastic. And bada bing, we have a beautiful looking Jesta. Now, earlier we talked about the gimmick of the backpack. Now, once you remove this little connector ports from the backpack has a wide array of option parts that you can connect to it. Now, another part right here is this little extension that you can connect to the shield. It either extends it, there are two versions, it either extends the shield or shortens the distance of the shield. But either way, you can connect that to both of the ports of this kit. Now, the J1 Jesta, or the BAO BAO Jesta, looks really great. I like the design on this thing, and I believe that there was a version of this from TT Hongli before, and it was a very bad copy. It had thick plastic, but this thing has really nice plastic. Although the plastic quality, I would say, is not that as amazing as JMS, but this thing is far better than the GAO GAO or the TT Hongli one. And of course, the articulation on this thing is also fantastic. I like that you have a wide range of movement when it comes to the arms and the legs. Now, just be careful, because I mentioned earlier that there is a little bit of flimsiness that I can feel around the wrist area and about the joints. Now, one thing that I really like about this is the wide assortment of hands that you can partner, and it gives that dynamic feeling once you have the beam saber connected to it. And if you want to really have a more dynamic feel to this kit, go ahead and use an action stat. It really brings out the beauty of the kit. Now, comparing the J1 Jesta with the rest of the other recent grunt units that we reviewed, we have the AK model black dingoes. They look really fantastic together, although you can see that the J1 Jesta towers over the RGM Spartans, but they really look fantastic together as a group. And with that, let's talk about the things that I like about this kit. Number one, good plastic quality. BAO BAO model or J1 has good plastic quality. It's not as fantastic as JMS, but it's there. A fun kit to build. It's very quick. It's very fun. Has good articulation. And of course, this thing is very affordable for army building. Now, as much as I had fun building this kit, there are some hits and misses on this one. Number one, the connections are a little bit loose, especially around the shoulder area and the wrist area. It feels a little flimsy, and the lack of accessories, although you have two rifles, there could have been something more added to it, like what AK model did. Overall, we're giving this a 7.5 out of 10. And that's pretty much all the time that we have, folks. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit the bell notification, and remember, thank you, till all are one. Peace out, rock and roll. Bye, everybody, bye!